Ooh, and it was at the same time. That should be sexy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, boys. Let's get it started.
Let's get it.
Beating on your chest like gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We put the Bruno Mars song in there. Gorilla. All right, let me chill. Back again with Big Talk. It's your boy, BIGG on mic 1. Back again for another week with your boy, Abe Does Media.
What's good, people? Poppy SB. Hoodies sold out. Thank you, everybody.
Sold out.
Much love, and we're here for episode 8. We're back
the merch
again.
The next time. Wait for the next merch drop. Cop it again, because y'all obviously copped it this time.
Yep.
Back again. We had some interesting stuff to talk about this week. Last week with the hypotheticals, you guys showed hella love. Keep commenting more for the next week, and that way we can keep going over them, or we can do like that once a month. I don't know. Go over hypotheticals. I loved it. Had a great time. It was a great episode.
Yeah, I love those hypotheticals. What did we talk about? We talked about the fighting gorilla. We talked about what would we get for free, beating the shit out of fourth graders.
Fourth graders was definitely a top one. That gorilla one now had I sent you a meme maybe 2 days ago. I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. So if you think about it, gorillas don't know any bodybuilding techniques. So we've probably never seen one in full strength. And that just got me thinking. I was sitting in the car, I think, when I saw that. Not driving, of course, because I don't drive and look through Instagram. And I was like, damn. That's true.
Yeah, right. A gorilla will beat the shit out of somebody. Like, imagine if someone taught a gorilla kung fu.
Yeah. So it spurred from just weightlifting to then he was like, what if they have fighting techniques?
Yo, imagine if Jackie Chan raised a gorilla from a little baby gorilla to a grown one, and as he grows up, he just fucking like goes through the fucking belts, but with like gorilla muscles.
Yeah, so like
think about that shit.
It'd be like somebody on like massive roids, but like natural. Like, I don't know, because even the most roided out human, I don't think could ever be as strong as a gorilla who just lifts regular.
Right.
Like, no matter what you do, there's just a size difference. This is, the fact of the matter. As much as we lift together, Bronson will never be as strong as me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out Bronson over there. Like, hell no. No, I mean, it's a size difference thing. And I think a gorilla that has even 150, 200 pounds on the biggest dude we have as the human race will always, be able to outlift. But imagine not just gorillas. This got me thinking, because you saw the dude's face. He's perplexed. Like, damn, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Imagine if like lions and like, imagine if they weren't just naturally gifted, but if they like trained to be the best.
Oh, that would be scary. We would all be just shish kebabs.
I don't think we'd be the top of the food chain anymore.
Definitely.
Imagine the gorillas got buff, learned kung fu, and we're like, man, I learned kung fu. Now let me master some kung fu weapons. Started throwing stars. Yo,
imagine a 350 pure pound gorilla throwing a ninja star. That shit would chop your head off.
Or like fuck around and get a spear. Right?
Yeah.
Because you imagine like Planet of the Apes. So look. Oh, dude, let me pull this up. Remember Planet of the Apes, bro? Look at this clip. We're gonna play this clip right here for y'all.
All right.
There's a gorilla versus a helicopter. One of my favorite movie scenes of a long time.
Remember, no audio.
Yeah, no audio, but look how he's taking the bullets. He just jump like
Oh my god!
So this is like a non-buff gorilla.
Oh my goodness!
Just taking on the helicopter, no problem. Taking a couple to the chest, brings it to the ground.
Wow.
And still breathe it afterwards. I mean,
goodness, yo, look at the explosion.
He's all about the smoke. He wants all the smoke with the humans.
Yo, do gorillas climb trees and whatnot? Can they swing from vines?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's not just the monkeys that can do that. And look, he pulls that big boy out. He's still kind of living.
Oh,
he got some breaths in him.
Wow, okay.
That's wild.
Wow, poor gorilla.
That's got. I mean, you got to think. You see that scene right there, and you're like, okay, that's in a movie, but could a gorilla really actually do that?
Dude, I was just thinking, like, imagine a gorilla jumping out of a tree on top of something, like, with their muscles, like...
Right, putting it on the line.
Yeah, you
remember where's the zookeeper? The most famous gorilla fight of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would pull that hell up.
Okay.
Yeah, look at this. Look at these gorillas just going at it, yo. There's, like, nothing... Where's the zookeeper? Like, bro, what is he gonna do? They are boxing. They are having
Yeah, they went to They went to an inner city public gorilla school. look at them hands, bro.
Bro, that's the jail gorilla hands, yo. Good. You ever seen that picture of the kangaroo, and it's like the kangaroo looks like he's did some time in prison.
Yeah.
This one right here, yo. This is what I imagine, like some yoked up gorillas. Yeah. Buffy the kangaroo, just like going off or something like that. Like, so imagine if the gorillas lifted like that.
Yeah, if a gorilla was trained, like if we had a black belt gorilla out here, he would be some serious trouble for real.
You always think like Batman when they have the mind control gorillas and they use stuff like that. Like, imagine if you could just transport your mind into a gorilla.
I mean, if we were at the point where we could transfer our minds into shit, I would probably want to like transfer my mind into like a shark or something, so I could see like the oceans and shit. Like, okay. I mean, gorillas, all they do is just hang out in the jungle, like
kind of eat plants.
Right. So if I'm gonna transfer my brain, I want to transfer to like an eagle that can fly around or some shit, or a fucking shark.
Well, drop in the comment section below
what you would transfer your mind into.
If you could transfer your mind into any type of animal, shit, whatever, let us know what you would be for a day.
What would you pick though?
Oh man,
so I chose a gorilla and eagle. No. I chose an eagle and a shark. What are you choosing?
You know, I've gotta say, I would love to go into the mind of like some type of like fly on the wall type shit. Not a fly, but like somewhere where I could just go like find out who's fake or not.
like a little gecko?
Like a little, a chameleon or something.
Oh, a chameleon, there you go.
Not in a creepy way, but I'd love to go check out and see what people like say about me behind my back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like a gecko, so I could like blend in and just like hang out and not be bothered. But at the same time, if I had to be something ferocious, I've got to say, cheetahs have always interested me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
With their just like extreme speed and reflexes. Not the biggest of the big cats, but definitely the fastest. You know, of course, they're not the fastest mammals, but like at the same time, man, just the speed to be able to just be out.
Right.
Would love to, you know, that's the closest thing to having super speed you can get.
Right. You just got to just make sure you don't turn into a Girls Forever 21 fit, you know?
Facts, yeah. Stay away from the poachers, and we're all good. That would be something. I wouldn't go around fighting gorillas or anything as a cheetah, but you know, maybe if I was as big as Wilder, you know.
Wilder,
Maybe if I was big as Wilder, I'd go fight a gorilla or something like that. You know, he might as well, big old gorilla looking motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that fight was yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday. Tyson versus Fury, man. It had a lot of hype around it.
Yeah, it's about
almost like the old school ultra heavyweight fight.
Right. It's like the two biggest titans in the game in the boxing game right now.
Now I'm gonna ask you, because you already know mine. Did it live up to your expectations, your hype for this fight?
I mean, it definitely had the excitement because it was so unexpected.
Right.
It was so unexpected. Like, I've never seen anyone put Wilder on the ropes like that. Have you?
Right. No, I haven't seen Wilder backing up like that. But I saw him doing what he was best at. And that's waiting with the right hand cocked.
Yeah, he wasn't too reckless.
But it got him in trouble because Fury, his whole thing was, I'm going to go after him. And he's used to going after with the left hand jab and loading up with the right. And Fury was just like, I'm going to just get in a bunch of shots because I know he's waiting for the right hand.
Yeah, I kept seeing that happen. Yeah, once he cut his ear and he just kept headlocking him. It was
during the fight, he started bleeding from his ear. And I don't want to go into too much details because this isn't a sports podcast, but we do love sports. When you get your ear wrung or your ear is injured or start bleeding, it's like your equilibrium is thrown off.
Right.
Because it's one of your big major senses.
Yeah.
So he was bleeding from his ear, and so it seemed like he couldn't get his footing. And announcers were talking about it, and you know, me and my brother were watching, and it seemed like even some of the knockdowns that we had, it was more because he was off balance, not taking away anything from Fury, because he went off.
Yeah, Fury.
You know, he did his thing.
I mean, he made his way there.
He did, and he is undefeated. So, and now Wilder's not, and that's crazy. But yeah, I felt like after his ear was wrong, it kind of after that point, it was just like, when is he going to go down?
Yeah.
There was really no chance of him knocking him out because he couldn't get his footing.
Right.
I was a little disappointed in that, but at the same time, I had no dog in the fight. So, you know, shouts out to Fury for putting him in. I mean, that was a good fight. It didn't live up to all the hype of like how the fight went, but like it lived up to all the fight just with the walk-ins alone.
Right. Just the fact that it happened. Like I love that it happened because you know there's so many times in history a great fight that should have happened never happened.
Right. I'm just waiting for the next McGregor fight.
Right.
Shout out to Lucky's, and see somebody get KO'd in another 40 seconds.
Facts. Yeah, we saw there was like some women's UFC fights going on that day, I think, right?
Right. Holly Holm
really
took back over.
Yeah,
she was doing a good time. I mean, you know, fighting in general, you know, it's something I would love to get into. I would love to, you know, right now I'm training for a Spartan race in April.
Right.
Yeah, me and Bronson are going to do a Spartan race. We tried to do one before, twisted my ankle like the week before. It's one of those things, you know, get healthy. You know, been on a diet lately, exercising a lot, got back into running. Obstacles aren't too hard. I mean, it was like, carry a log like 100 yards, do this, do that. The only one is climbing. You know, as you can tell, I'm at the BIGG. You know, I'm not going to be climbing up any ropes too fast or anything like that. But it's just something to train for in the gym. So I would love to train for fighting, be one of those things, get in shape for the ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been trying to get my nutrition and my exercise and my health, you know, back on track. And, you know, I've been doing really good. I haven't set the goal to do any kind of race or anything like that. But I've seen friends do the Spartan race, and it looks really interesting and fun because, like, I like doing stuff like that, obstacle courses and all that. But
I'm just so used to football. I'm exercising with goals.
Yeah.
I need to get this weight up so I can throw a dude on the ground. I need to get this weight up so when I get hit, it doesn't hurt, etc. Right now, I'm just in the gym to be in the gym because I enjoy working out.
Yeah.
So now you put a little goal to it. Okay, what do I need to complete this race? I need arm strength. I need to lose a little bit of weight, and I need to be able to run. So that's what I'm doing in the gym.
Yeah,
you know?
same. Yeah.
Putting into that. Plus, it doesn't hurt to look a little better for the ladies.
Right.
Guys, sorry about the technical difficulties. We're getting shit settled. New studio setup. As you can see, it's actually the next day from the first half, but your boy Big and your boy Abe had to
make it perfect for y'all.
Had to make it perfect. So we had to come back with the second half again. Very important topic. The second half is about a big argument that we had the other day with Miilo and Destiny after they just finished recording their podcast, Boobs and Brains. Go check them out. BAMCubed Production.
Shout out Destiny.
Shout out Destiny. Shout out to Miilo. But the argument was about relationships. It was about like getting into them. You know what gives, you know, how much time does it take? What attributes make somebody like worth getting into a relationship with? All sorts of stuff. And why we're bringing it to you is because Abe and I didn't agree for once.
No, we did not. Nope. No,
normally we bounce back off each other. We get ideas. We agree with each other. This one, we were on separate sides. So we compiled a list of questions. And we're going to go back and forth and answer them. And we're going to start off with the first one. I'm going to let you go first. What makes a girl cuffable? What makes her worth getting into a relationship with?
I mean, in my personal case, I feel like a girl who is dependable, consistent, is a self-expanding individual, and is not someone who is stuck in a rut. Like, I want a girl who's trying to grow with me and expand. And I love like a funny girl that can make me laugh, and we can just like talk naturally and just have that like intellectual just chemistry. And also, you know, you know, of course, I'd have to be attracted to her, of course.
Facts.
You know, the other things are outweigh, you know, the physical stuff. So as long as she's dependable, beautiful, smart, you know, that'd be amazing to you know, cuff, I guess. I mean, for me.
Okay. No, I've got to agree. A very important thing with me is like the conversation. You know, I love hanging out and talking to people, and I'll meet a certain girl, and she'll just talk about what's going on in her life, et cetera, and I'll just be super into it, like super interested. It just like takes it to another level from like my friends, but like somebody who I could literally listen to talk all day, hear their crazy ideas, their crazy stories. And definitely a girl who likes to laugh at my jokes. I'm a goofy guy, and if you don't get what I'm talking about, and you're not catching the jokes, then you know maybe I'm gonna annoy the shit out of you. You gotta be able to. How about a girl who can take my bullshit?
Like it has a sense of humor, close to yours.
A certain sense of humor for me. So okay, our second question is a little bit after that. how long till you know you're ready to date them? Like, is there a certain amount of time or anything like that?
I mean, from my experience, I try to get to know them for a while. I mean, at this point where I'm at now in my life, I need to know their friends, what their habit is like. Are they a put together person?
Yeah, you talked about habits real big.
Right.
So tell me a little bit more about the habits.
So the thing is, like, I feel like I can't date a girl who doesn't have her life together because, I'm over here struggling to have my life together. Right now, I don't have the extra time and energy to, like, being on top of someone else to making sure they're on it. So I have to, like, talk to them, get to know them, on top of already catching my eye and being dependable on all that stuff. I also need to see that they're a consistent individual who is put together to a certain extent. You don't need to be perfect, but, like, I need that's what I think at this point, what I think takes for me to know them enough to date them. I need to see their habits over time and their family and friends, see how they treat, like, the server at a buffet or something, or at a restaurant. I got to see, like, how they treat that person, or
and that's way more important than you ladies think.
Right.
Because if you're sitting there and you're being an asshole to a waiter, I'm not gonna lie. Whoever's sitting across the table, whether that be me, him, anybody else, they're judging you because they want to know how you treat a stranger.
Right.
And that person is doing their job. They're not trying to ruin your day if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be respectful and kind about it? Or are you going to be an asshole? That's a real bigger part than people think.
I also got to see if she's not, like, way too friendly, because I personally, you know what I'm saying, I don't really like a girl that's too friendly. I want her to be a little more self-reserved, but also, able to express herself to me and my friends. But, being choosy, some people are just not choosy with, I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping, but I like my girl a little bit mean. I don't know.
Just a little bit mean. So what amount of time would you say, if you give a guesstimate of how long you would have to know somebody before you get into that relationship?
Typically, to figure out all those things I was talking about, I think that would take a minimum of 3 months. Honestly, like that, I need a lot of time to get to know this person. I don't know if I'm on some, I don't know. I guess I'm just I got to just know who I'm dealing with, because I feel like at this point it's an investment. Like, my time is so sacred to me. And if I'm giving someone my sacred time, like, that means I think very highly of them. So I have to know that.
No, I get it. And this was the main thing we disagreed on, or that you thought I was tripping on, because my answer was a little bit different. I said we've met girls, and I feel like I get to know them way quicker than that. I feel like from, like, long, whether it be staying up all night and long talks, or, I always have the date system. You go on 3 different dates to try to showcase what you need to see. The first day you go out to your favorite place, because if she doesn't like your favorite place, there's obviously a little bit of a disconnect. But, that might not be the deal breaker. You get to know her, you talk to her a lot. But the next time you take her out, you maybe go to dinner or something, and then meet up with your friends. Because for me, being with the homies is, like, all I do. Hanging out with you guys, partying, drinking, whether that just be chilling, playing video games. I'm always with somebody. And, that's important.
Yeah.
So then, the third date, you get to a little bit more about them, maybe hang out a couple nights together, stuff like that. And I think, for me, I would know within a month whether that girl would be worth dating for me.
Yeah.
Which is a short time, but at the same time, I feel like I would know. Not saying I put any pressure on girls to know within that time.
Yeah.
But within that time, I would know whether she's worth me, stop talking to other people and try to commit to the one person.
I mean, do you think a girl can completely know you in a month?
Well, I don't think completely know is the problem, because I feel like people grow so much while in a relationship together that if you try to know each other all the way before you get into a relationship, it's going to end up not worth it, because you're going to know all the flaws, everything. Those are things that you learn to love and you learn to adjust by, and you just have no reason to do that if you're not dating, because then you can just move away.
The thing is, like, some people, I honestly, like, I see what you're saying, but I feel like people grow in different ways, and there's certain people that can only grow by themselves and not with another person, because I'm personally one of those people, and I feel like if I started dating a person, it's a little hard for me to, like, better certain qualities when I feel like I almost have, like, that kind of crutch or something.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can see that.
I mean, I won't say I'll self-sabotage, but what I will say is that I will feel like it is, I don't know, I'm single at this point, so, I don't know what works and what doesn't for me yet.
Right.
But, I feel like that's a big thing to me.
Well, that'll lead perfectly into our next question, and I guess I'll go first on this one. Do you put it on yourself to change your partner's negative qualities? And I would say not always, because some qualities you learn to love. Some things aren't things you want to change about a person. Some things make that person who they are. And if you really like that person, those are things that you'll learn to love as well. But of course, there are some things, you know, like when I start dating a girl, damn, I'm going to have to start cleaning shit.
What if she's a kleptomaniac? Are you going to try to help her with her stealing ways?
I would try to help her with the stealing ways.
You would try, right?
I take a lot of. I'm not gonna lie. Most everything in here is stolen. But look, but at the same time, I get what you're saying. Like there are some things that you need to change.
What if she's like super? I don't know. Like what if she just likes to light shit on fire? What if you run into a pyromaniac? Are you taking that onto yourself to like always be watching this person 24/7 to make sure they're not like burning fucking towns down? Or
I honestly gotta say,
it's not my fault. It's not my.
She better be pretty fucking hot if she's going around burning towns down.
Right, no pun.
The only way I'd still be with her. No pun intended. We're quoting that one. She better be pretty fucking hot if she's burning the town down.
Yes.
She's got to be at least a dime piece.
Yes, I personally wouldn't deal with it, but I see what you're saying.
So you wouldn't change. You wouldn't take it upon yourself to change her quality.
No, I feel like a person needs to have like a specific like base level of where they're at for me to even like want to pursue that with them. I mean, in the past, I have wanted to change someone, but I feel like me personally, I feel like people change only when they want to change. You can't change a person because you want them to. That person needs to know within themselves that they need to change. And I feel like in a relationship, it's so hard because you're like trying to be two people that make up one whole almost.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like thinking too hard about it, but I feel like some people just can't do that.
No, I mean, and you're right. But to me, that comes when you get to know them. That's certain things you got to know, and you feel like it takes 3 months to figure those things out. I think it takes a month. I mean, I don't think it takes a month to figure out all the bad things, but I think once you figure out whether it's worth it to try to help her with the stuff she needs to fix.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like. So you're thinking it's got to be solved before you get together, and I'm thinking it's okay to have some things wrong and try to change them. So you're dating a girl. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
At what point, and we'll start with the time and then give the explanation.
Okay.
At what point would you take the step to move in together?
Whew. Oh my gosh. See, like, I'm an introvert and I love my alone time, and I'm already always on the run doing school, work, gym, Soul Balance, BAMCubed marketing, like, I'm already doing all these things, so I barely have any free time. And this whole time being social, talking to people, just spreading my energy around and just trying to be, leave an impression on people.
So when that soul balance energy.
Right. So when I get home, I need this person to be someone that will only be inviting to me. I want to look forward to coming home to see them, and I want to I don't know if you lived with someone before. And I have, and that didn't work out, but I don't want to get into details on that, but it didn't work out. But
so what time are you thinking?
I mean, I think for me, for the next time I get into that kind of situation, we need to be talking for at least maybe 1 to 2 years, and there needs to be some kind of like, oh shit, like I got kicked out, or like my lease is ending, I can't fly nowhere, and like, then I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we'll like try to figure it out, and it just happens organically. But that's kind of a scary thing for me to like. The next girl I date is gonna be a whole different, like, I'm approaching it way different, right. So I'm gonna have to know her inside and out before I commit myself to another person.
So I'll agree with you on the time period, 1 to 2 years of dating, but not on the reasoning. For me, I'm the opposite. When I come home, I go knock on that motherfucker's door and be like, yo, Bronson, what's good? We chilling tonight? What we doing? Like, I'm bored. I just got home, but, I grew up with 3 siblings, one of whom I shared a room with, and I'm always used to being with somebody. Mm-hmm. So that wouldn't be the problem per se, is like being alone and being ready to come home and be with somebody. And I'm a pretty chill, low-maintenance guy anyway, but for me, it would be like, are we at the point where we're really, really ready? We've learned each other all the way. Like I said, you start dating, I'm ready to start dating after a month, and you take your time with that whenever, ladies, if it takes 3 months for you, 4 months, whatever. But I want to feel like we've grown together in a relationship to the point where we're ready to take it to the next step. which for me would take that long. I think it would take 2 years to get to know somebody well enough that you think if we moved in, because once you move in, I promise you, you will find things that you didn't know before.
Oh yeah.
No matter how long you were together,
yeah.
you will find new things.
Anybody will tell you that
right,
for sure. Yeah.
Right, everybody has said that. And I believe that when you're ready, when you've solved all the problems you have while not living together, and then you're ready to take the step and take on the new set of problems, it's a process.
Right,
and that's growing together. That's why I would say 1 to 2 years. Because you've solved you've taken care of all the other beef you have, all the other stuff that you may need to work out together. And now you're ready for the next step of problems to work through that together.
Yeah, that sounds, so we're in agreement on that,
okay.
at the very least. So take your time when moving in with a girl. Yeah,
and the last question we had, which is one of my favorites. What are the parameters for a clean breakup? Say it didn't work out. Say you moved in together and then broke up, or you didn't move in together and you broke up and you tried to end it. What are the parameters for a clean breakup?
You didn't cheat on the person.
Definitely. Okay, agree on that.
And you vocalized how you felt about not wanting to be in that situation before pulling some like shady shit.
Okay.
So I feel like
right.
Don't
sleep with somebody else in order to get me to break up with you.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty. I mean,
I'm right with that for sure.
Yeah. So I guess those are the two main things, and just communication. I don't feel like you need to talk to your ex have it be a clean breakup.
I don't feel like you have to. I currently don't have any beef with anybody I've talked to before, and not even beef. It's just like I would still be friends with them. I know you had said a little bit different about that, but I just feel like when you get to know somebody that closely, when you like get to that emotional level with somebody, there's no need to cut them completely out of your life, unless of course you meet another girl and she doesn't like you talking to your ex, which is understandable by any means.
Right.
But I just feel like, I've never cut anybody off. Maybe in like one situation, I feel like everybody deserves redemption, and even if your relationship didn't last, your friendship doesn't have to go away.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point, but it's just, for me personally, I just don't talk to people who I have invested in that way, because, whether I broke up with them or they broke up with me, like,
there was a reason.
I feel like when you talk to that person, the feelings are always going to be there. I feel like there's no way to reset a relationship from intimate status to just friendship unless I don't know. I feel like that takes a long time, and I personally, like, maybe I'll get to that with someone at a certain point, but as of where I'm at now, I have not had that kind of long, kind of intertwining type shit with the next of mine.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Everybody's different. Relationships are tough, that's for sure. Guys, I really want y'all to jump in the comments. And my friends who watch this, I'm going to make you jump in the comments. So when you're watching, you might as well go ahead, get down in the comment section, and just answer a couple of things for us. We want to know how long and do you have to know somebody until you can date them, how long you can move into them, and would you be friends with your ex? Those are 3 things we want commented below. Let us know what you think. You guys know?
Yeah, and what they think of the new camera quality and like our new setup.
Right. Think about the new setup. We got dubbed the crane mic now. That's what we call it. Yeah. And let us know about the new setup. What you think? I know we flip sides halfway through, but had to get the best talk out of it. Had to get the best conversation, and then had to upgrade camera quality just a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we'll be back next week. We're going to talk about some, crazy stuff you want to hear about. Let us know if there's something that you want to hear us talk about that we haven't talked about.
We've got some trips coming up we're going to have to talk about.
And it's spring break, so hopefully we get some good vlog footage. We're going to have more and more content to bring out. And I hope to see y'all with us in the future.
All right, I think that's a wrap. Big talk. We out.
Episode
8.
Right, it's a wrap.